Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So we finally got some confirmation and some footage of sorts to show off what the next Call of Duty game will be. Now we already knew from leaks that this was probably what the game was going to be and that it would be taking place during the Cold War era. It hadn't been officially confirmed, obviously, but for the past week, a bunch of YouTubers, specifically the zombies community, has been going on a massive Easter egg hunt to solve the mysteries that Treyarch has been giving them. They've been doing that through Warzone, and speaking of Warzone, that is where they say the game will be revealed on August 26th, Wednesday next week. Now, we don't know how they'll reveal it, but some say that it'll be through the launch of a nuke on the map to change it into the Cold War version of Warzone, because we know that Warzone will continue on into the next game. Personally, I am not a fan of this at all. I don't understand why you can't just have a simple trailer for the game through the internet, because if this is all true and this is what they're going to do, we might not actually get to look at what the game looks like. That doesn't give me confidence that they'll actually have a game to show, but here's hoping for the best. Overall, as far as a review of the trailer, I really dug it. I dug the teaser. Now, watching it, you can tell there's the vibe that it's showing the vibe of what the game is going to be like, and that vibe, it feels like old school Call of Duty specifically, and more towards what World at War and Black Ops 1 Call of Duty were like, which were also Treyarch games, which makes sense. What they showed is probably mainly for the campaign, but the message I think shows that this is the game. It's going to feel old school in every way possible, just like those games were. Now, I said that last year with the Modern Warfare reveal trailer, and man, I was so wrong about that. I was more wrong than ever with that game. I'm just hoping that this will be the one that does that, and if anyone can do it, it's definitely Treyarch. I just want a good Call of Duty again, and so far I'm kind of feeling optimistic about it. But let's get into the breakdown. So it starts off with a screen of text saying, "At the height of the Cold War, KGB defector Yuri BEZMENOV issues a chilling warning." This then leads to a dark shot of a TV with Yuri on screen talking about how we are in a state of war and that we have precious little time to save ourselves. It then transitions to another text screen talking about how he claims there is a Soviet spy named PERSEUS that has infiltrated Western intelligence, and that the spy's goal was to subvert the US into ensuring the Soviets' dominance of the arms race, which was a big event during the Cold War that by its name was about who was more competitive and obtaining and developing weapons of all kinds. It also mentions that his identity and whereabouts have not been revealed. Yuri then goes on about what sounds like the steps to which this agent could help to carry out if they were to infiltrate an intelligence agency, in this case, the US. It's what Yuri calls active measures, and there are 4 stages to this process, starting with demoralization. Demoralization being used as a tool of psychological warfare where the true objective is to erode morale among your enemies, which would then encourage them to retreat, surrender, or defect rather than being defeated. And we see that by the trailer showing footage of the Vietnam War, a war in which the US went through this stage and had to retreat out of Vietnam. They didn't end up winning that war. They had to retreat out of it. The second stage, destabilization, is where, according to Yuri, what matters is essentials, economy, foreign relations, and defense systems, which would mean nothing else matters. The third stage is crisis, where there is a violent change of power and structure, and economy both suffer from that, and the footage they show also indicates unrest between a nation and its government with riots and attacks. This is then followed by the last stage, which is normalization, which is, and I quote from Yuri, "what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C., who will promise loads of things, never mind any of the promises that are fulfilled or not." If that was a lot to take in, then wait till you hear this next part. We get another text screen saying that this is all inspired by actual events. Now, of course, that is true. Obviously, the Cold War did happen, but I think a lot of people, when they first watched this trailer, probably said, nah, this is just another one of Treyarch's ways of using real events and making up their own stories to put in those events. Well, you'll be shocked to hear that everything I just talked about is in fact real. Yuri Bezmenov is in fact a real person. The footage you see of him on the TV is from an interview he did in 1984 where he talks about the things said in this trailer. It's honestly so weird to even think about that, and I won't get into politics here, but when you listen to what he says, it's almost as if he predicted what would happen or how something like active measures could play out in the United States, and we are definitely seeing that happen today. I will link the full interview down in the description below if you want to go check it out on your own time. The next shot is another text screen saying that this is a plan decades in the making, followed by more footage of the Cold War era, which then leads to another text box saying, "Know your history," which has kind of been the main thing with this trailer and what's surrounding this game's marketing. Call of Duty even titled the teaser trailer, "Know Your History." The final text screen shot finishes off with the last few we're saying with "or be doomed to repeat it," essentially saying you don't want to repeat what has happened here before. The final shot is of Yuri on the TV saying the time bomb is ticking. With every second, the disaster gets closer and closer and the danger is real. And there you go, guys. That's the trailer. Again, I really dug what they did here because it feels a lot like old school COD footage that they showed in their campaigns, which for the most part is what this trailer probably pertained to. I really don't know how much of what was in this trailer will be for multiplayer and zombies, or Warzone for that matter. But after watching this and seeing the new artwork which they released, which I really, really like. Again, this looks and feels like old school COD artwork with some more color added to it and a modern look as well. So far, so good for this game. We'll have to see what they do this coming Wednesday, but this is going to do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it was a tough one to make, especially for it being my first review and breakdown. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.